Guten Tag alle, Herr Wallace here. Today we're going to talk about conjunctions, both coordinating and subordinating in German. So we're going to start with just a list here of some of them. Obwohl, which means although. Denn, which is because. Wenn, which means if or whenever. Sobald, as soon as. Aber, but. So oft, as soon as, or I'm sorry, as often as. Bis, until. Ob, if. Damit, so that. Solange, as long as. Bevor, before. Weil, because. Sondern, but rather. Oder, or. Das, that. Und, and. Während, during. Before. So das, so that. Da, because. Falls, in case of. Seitdem, since. And these next two are really not so much conjunctions as they are expressions. Je desto. For example, when you want to say the more the better. Je mehr, desto besser. And entweder oder, which is entweder gut oder schlecht. So either good or something else. And als, and then the coordinating conjunctions out of this group are denn, aber, oder, und sondern. Now it's important that you know which ones are coordinating and which ones are not, because the coordinating ones will not affect the word order of the clause that follows them, whereas the others do affect the word order. And we'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. One final note, the word als, which can mean than when you're saying, like, he is faster than me, schneller als ich. But als is also used to express when for past events. So we're going to look at that as well. Okay, so I have a few sentences here. And if you want to try to translate them on your own, you can do so. Just stop the video. But I'm going to translate them for you and maybe explain a little bit what's happening. Ich werde nicht gehen, weil ich für meinen Test studieren muss. We are using because here, weil, and when we use weil, the subordinating conjunction, the first verb in the clause that follows will jump to the end. So the verb that follows the subject, in this case ich, which in a normal sentence would be ich muss für meinen Test studieren. So the muss jumps to the end. So I will not go because I have to study for my test. Je mehr ich studiere, desto mehr werde ich lernen. So the more I study, the more I will learn. Weiß nicht, ob heute das Test ist oder nicht. He doesn't know if the test is today or not. Ich kann Deutsch verstehen, aber ich kann es nicht so gut sprechen. So I can understand German, but I can't speak it so good. Herr Wallace ist nicht verrückt, sondern ganz normal. So Miss Wallace is not crazy, but rather very normal. And you can believe it or not. Nummer 6. Sobald wir fertig mit dieser Arbeit sind, können wir spielen. As soon as we are finished with this work, we can play. And you'll notice that I had to start in the German sentence with the verb, so it's not like in English we can play. It becomes can we play, meaning we can play, not the question. So this is very typical of German word order if you have like a opening phrase. So in this number 6, our subordinating conjunction is actually at the beginning of the sentence. So when that happens, the next clause will begin with the verb. So it's very important to point out. Entweder du bist mit uns oder du bist gegen uns. Either you are with us or you are against us. Ich kann Deutsch verstehen, weil ich es studiert habe. I can understand German because I have studied it. And here's an example of using als. Als ich 18 Jahre alt war, hatte ich einen Hund. So when I was 18 years old, I had a dog. Okay, das war's. Vielen Dank für das Zuschauen. Tschüss.